My next guest is going to be defending his middleweight title, Bellator 290, February 4th. It's Johnny Eblen joining me here on the program. Johnny, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well, but I'm not going to be fighting here in a few weeks. Looked like you got plenty of notice for this fight. When did you find out?
I kind of knew, I think, a few weeks before the announcement. So
okay.
I kind of knew, actually, after my fight that there was this whole Yoel Romero talk, but I was like, I don't think that dude can make weight. The only other guy that made any sense was Anatoly Tokov. So I think we were just waiting on him getting his visa. And then I actually trained with Nemkov, and Nemkov said, yeah, he got his visa. I was like, oh, that's good. So now I'm like, all right, hopefully he's healthy. And then, next thing you know, I kind of get like a nod, like, yeah, he's the next guy. He has his visa, and now we're just, figuring out a venue and a date. And I was like, okay, cool. And then, a couple weeks roll by, and then I get the contract. I sign the contract, and they make the announcement a week later, or something like that.
Excellent. Okay, good. So yeah, decent idea of when you'd be fighting, and I'm sure the camp's gone well. We haven't seen you since you actually won the title in June. What's sort of the reason for the layoff, if people are wondering?
I don't know. I was ready to fight right away, man. Like literally 2 weeks after after I won the title, I was back sparring, training, and I wanted to fight in December. Would have been cool to be on that Risen card, but that didn't happen. I think they just didn't have anybody, set to fight me. So I guess this is the earliest they could get me in. And hopefully I can fight 3 times this year. I don't know, because it seems like they're doing the whole Mousasi Edwards thing. And is that May?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So a quick turnaround for them would probably be unlikely. So it's looking more like 2 this year. Hopefully I can get a 3rd defense at the end of the year, But I want to stay busy, so I'm always ready. I'm young and I'm ready to go.
Were there any serious talks about you fighting on that Ryzen card? I mean, it's like a bucket list item for a lot of fighters, right? To be able to compete in Japan on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but no. I mean, I'm half Korean, so it would have been awesome, but no real serious talks. I kind of threw it out there and talked to Mike Kogan. He was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And then that was about it.
That was it. Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about your last fight, man. What a dominant win that was over Gegard Mousasi. Mousasi had a couple of nice title defenses prior to that. I know you expected to win. Did you expect to dominate him that badly, though?
Yes. Everything that happened 1,000% was the game plan and what I expected. Yeah, man, that's about it. I kind of knew I was going to do that to him.
Okay. Did you buy a lottery ticket after that? If that prediction went well, I'm sure you could have picked the numbers too, right?
Yeah, I wish. I mean, nah, I'm not a big gambler or I don't really do that type of shit. So, but yeah, man, I guess my intuition was right. And I mean, I trained hard for that fight and had a great game plan and had a great camp, and everything played out how it was supposed to play out.
Do you think he underestimated you at all in that fight?
Probably a little bit, but I mean, I'm just that good, man. I'm good. I'm damn good, and I'm only getting better. And we fight 10 times, I'm winning 10 times. 10 out of 10 times, I'm winning.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And was there a lot of people winning money on that fight? Because I believe you were the underdog going in. I know you don't bet, but I'm sure you had a bunch of friends or family members being like, hey, thanks for the extra money.
Yeah, pretty much. Friends, family, some fans out there, some people that, like to bet on underdogs here and there that, thought I had a good chance. I made a lot of people money. Probably made a lot of, I probably busted a lot of people's parlays though too. So
that's right. Yeah. And that's always nice. Let's talk about your opponent there. You mentioned Tokov, 31-3 record. Style wise, how are you looking at this fight? Your skill set against his?
I'm way better. I'm better everywhere. I'm more advanced in boxing, kickboxing, in the grappling, but he has big power. He's a big, strong Russian, Sambo background. Can hit hard, can wrestle tough. Just a big, strong Russian. And I'm planning to out finesse him, out punch him, out strike him, outwork him. And I'm going to get him tired out there because I have a great gas tank. He has a suspect gas tank. He hasn't gone 5 rounds, I don't think. Not to say we'll go 5 rounds. I don't know. Maybe I finish him the first or second, but if it does, I like my odds. I like my odds in every single round. So I'm just going to go out there and put it on him.
Anything different for this camp? Obviously, at one of the best gyms in the world, American Top Team. Who you mainly been working with? Who's been helping you get ready for this one?
I've been actually training with a bunch of Russians at our gym. We got Ikram, we got Ramazan, we got there's another Russian guy. I forget his name though. But yeah, training with a bunch of Russians. I've also been training with trained with Nemkov a little bit. Got him ready for Corey Anderson. So I got some rounds with him. Masvidal all the time. I'm training with that dude. Roman Feraldo, Dalton Rasta. I got him ready for his fight. But specifically for this camp, I've been training with Doublet. He's a 205er for Bellator. Been training with Yaroslav, the welterweight world champion in Bellator. And those have been my two main sparring partners. And yeah, man, I'm just more than ready for this fight.
It's great, man. And as far as the weight cut, do you have to cut much to get down to 185? How's that going ahead of the fight?
Nah, not really. Like today, I got down to 96 after being in the sauna.
Oh, nice.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So I'm probably walking around like 200. And fight week, I like to walk around about 10 pounds over, and then I cut about 8 pounds the day or the morning of weigh-ins. I like to wake up early, get a sweat going, and then cut the weight, and then jump on the scale and make weight, and then rehydrate.
I'm not sure if this is the case, but I know Bo Nickal's been at your gym. He's in your weight class. Have you had a chance to work with him at all? He's got a fight coming up in March.
Yeah, I trained with him a while back. I want to say it was like late last year, but this time around, he's there right now. I haven't really been working with him too much. I mean, he's a southpaw. He's still developing his striking, kind of a whole different style than Tokov. So it doesn't really make much sense to train with him much. I mean, Yaroslav's not anything like Tokov really, but me and Yaroslav are boys, and he gives me a great look and he pushes me. He's like one of the few guys in the world that can really, really push me. If not the only one. So I'm always training with Yaroslav, and it's been like a year because he fought in the war. So I miss that guy. So I'm glad he's back. Like when we first started training, we're like, dude, I'm so glad that you're here. Like, this is awesome. Like I don't get rounds like this. And yeah, there's just other guys I'm training with because they give me better looks right now. And Bo's in there getting better, and still pretty green. And I'm looking forward to watching him fight.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Same corner as last time. We're going to have King Mo, Mike Brown, Thiago Alves, and Dustin Poirier.
Nice. Can't beat that all-star team. How's this fight playing out in the fourth? I know you feel like you're going to get your hand raised, but how do you envision it playing out?
Man, I'm just going to go out there and punch him in the face. Punch him in the face, take him down, maybe elbow him a few times, maybe kick him, just beat him up and take his will away and make him tired and just outclass him.
Back to your fight, you kind of mentioned there, kind of looking at the rankings and all that. If Edwards does defeat Mousasi, do you see him as the next contender, or what sort of? I mean, I know you're not looking past this opponent, but I'm sure you're thinking of, the couple fights this year, right? Like you were saying, maybe two.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that'd be the logical next guy, and can't wait to punch him in the face either. I want to punch everybody in the face in Bellator. Just want to fucking keep racking up the names, keep racking up the wins, keep making money. That's the plan.
Yeah. And we had some big news, obviously, over the weekend. Francis Ngannou becoming a free agent. Just your reaction to that. Were you surprised that the UFC and him could not come to terms?
A little bit surprised. I mean, but good for him. He deserves to get paid, man. I could see boxing in his future. Bare knuckle, freaking do what makes you happy, man. Do what's gonna fill your pocket at the end of the day. If he wasn't happy with the UFC and felt like he's better off as a free agent, kudos to him.
Yeah, no, I agree there. I noticed I don't know if you're still sponsored by them. Heart and Soil Supplements. Are you an animal-based diet guy? I was curious about that.
Yes, I am actually snacking on an apple right now. Probably gonna smash some steak after this.
Awesome. How long have you been doing that?
At first I went grain free,
Mm-hmm.
and then after grain free, I went PUFA free, so no polyunsaturated fats. And then I started cutting out vegetables. I was a little bit weirded out about that, but I made sure I was eating the right mixture of fruit and like organ meats to, get all the nutrients and minerals. So I've been doing it for probably just under 2 years, and I feel great. It's awesome. And I mean, I'm never bored with what I eat.
Yeah.
So I literally can't get bored of steak. Like I could eat a steak every fucking day and with salt, and I will just be happy.
Okay, that's cool. I know the reason I asked is I'm actually doing that as well. I'm on day whatever it is 17 of doing it. I've done it before as well. I'm gonna try and keep it going because I actually feel amazing when
Yeah.
I'm on it, and it's really awesome. And I noticed that about you, and I thought, oh, that's really cool. Of course, who owns Heart and Soul Supplements is Carnivore MD Paul. Don't want to butcher his last name, but have you ever met him before? I was curious about that.
No, I've never met him, but I think what he pushes is really awesome when it comes to diet and like getting outside and you know, being a healthy human. Some of his workout advice I wouldn't quite back. I'm a bigger I'm big into FP, functional patterns, and the stuff he kind of pushes is like stretching and knees over toes stuff, and like using the bands, and like I don't know. Some of his workout stuff is a little bit. I'm a little skeptical. I'm very skeptical actually, but everything else outside of like exercise, like that guy is on point.
Do you do like the reverse osmosis water and all that stuff too? Because there's a lot of stuff that he does, right?
I'm actually on well water, so I have a reverse osmosis system, and I also have a filtration system for my water, like for my house. But obviously, reverse osmosis for drinking, and then I do I have some electrolytes too, and you know, I do the Heart and Soil supplements and do animal based, and I feel great. Just do FP and I fight people, and that's pretty much my life. I get outside.
Yeah.
You
Keeps
know,
it simple, right? Keeps it very simple. Just kind of going with that. It's much easier. If they say if you're boring, you're probably doing something right? So
yeah, honestly, it's like the more boring it is, the more boring your life is, the more mundane it is, probably the better. As long like because like sometimes it's just like, you know, I have to be off my phone and just sit outside. And I'm just like, this is boring, but this is good. I feel good, you know, and like some people, like especially nowadays, everybody needs to be stimulated and have something on their like in their face all the time. And I'm still working on it. I'm still working on like getting off my phone more. So yeah.
Sure, but you made time for this interview, Johnny, and I really appreciate it, man. It's Bellator 290, February 4th. If there's anyone you'd like to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Johnny Eblen. Shout out to all my sponsors that helped me out for this fight. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate the support. Shout out to all my fans. Yeah, man, I'm just ready to put on a performance February 4th.